thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Delhi High Court has reserved its judgment or its order while hearing a plea filed by Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal challenging his arrest by the Enforcement Directorate in the liquor policy scam on March 21. Now, lengthy arguments were made in the court by Kejriwal's counsel, Senior Advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi, and ASG Raju, representing the ED. Now, the latter argued that elections are just a bogey to divert the attention of the court from the main issue, from the scam that runs into hundreds of crores. In fact, the whole argument of elections and being a sitting chief minister was ripped apart in court today. Sample this. The ED counsel asked, take a case of terrorist who is also a politician. He blows up an army vehicle and says, I want to contest elections, so you can't touch me. What kind of argument is this? This is what the ASG argued in court. He further added that there is enough against the chief minister and beyond doubt there was a liquor scam worth hundreds of crores. Now, Kejriwal's arguments once again relied heavily on how nothing has been found against him and that most of the ED case is just others giving statements against him, that too belatedly. Well, his fate hangs in balance after bail relief to party man Sanjay Singh in the same case, the first such relief that has come for the Aam Aadmi Party. Of course, the party is hopeful that others like Kejriwal and even Manish Sisodia will soon get relief. But will it be as simple as that? As the political face-off continues over the Liquorgate saga, we ask if the AAP is rejoicing too soon. That's the big question we'll take to our guests in just a bit. But let me break down, even as we await the Delhi court's order, Kejriwal's counsel Abhishek Manu Singhvi and ED counsel ASG Raju's arguments in court and how they were at loggerheads today. Of course, a lot of these arguments have been made over the past 10 days as well, but I want to break down what happened in today. Now, the hearing began with Kejriwal's counsel Singhvi making arguments and submissions. He argued that ED's case was weak and that there were no corroborations to the chief minister's role. The ED counsel later in the day countered the argument, saying that Kejriwal is accused of making false statements. Kejriwal's counsel further alleged that the arrest was made without any inquiry. But ED said that the investigation is at a nascent stage and that arguments have been made as if the investigation were complete and charge sheet filed. Highlighting the issue of corroboration, Singhvi said that not a comma of corroboration was made, forget proved against Arvind Kejriwal at least. ED argued that Kejriwal's involvement was clear through approver statements. Now, Kejriwal's counsel maintained that the true object of the arrest was to disable him, and this is where the election argument comes in. While ED argued that calling the agency unclean doesn't make him holier than thou either. Kejriwal's counsel reiterated that it was a fixed match ED was trying to play, while the latter claimed that there is damning proof, WhatsApp chats, approver statements, income tax data that show that this is a clear case of money laundering. Now remember, the Aam Aadmi Party is hailing the bail order of Sanjay Singh, but ED charges against the Aam Aadmi Party MP are actually pretty stringent. So I just want to break down for you why, even though bail and relief is a big deal as far as PMLA cases is concerned, and of course in this case it came about because the ED filed no objection. What are the charges against Sanjay Singh? They're all very serious. He is of course first accused of money laundering. ED has accused Sanjay Singh of receiving 2 crore rupees in cash which was used for party use. Now, this cash was allegedly received from middlemen who were connected to the South Group and others on 2 separate occasions, in fact. Now, ED says that the delivery of funds to Sanjay Singh has been corroborated by a witness as well. It also goes on to say that Sanjay Singh was close to liquor scam accused Dinesh Arora and businessman Amit Arora, also accused of money laundering in this case. ED sources say that Singh's personal assistant, and this is where probity will also come as part of this debate, that his personal assistant was actually put up as a dummy partner in one of Amit Arora's firm, even though he had no experience or no background in the same business. ED has also accused Sanjay Singh of trying to influence liquor policy earlier too, in the year 2020-21. This is one of the interesting charges that Sanjay Singh is facing, apart from the fact that some top secret ED documents and pictures of those documents were found at his residence, and there's a separate case that is actually going on under official Acts, Secrets Act as well. Now, the Supreme Court granted the Aam Aadmi MP relief yesterday. It may not be time for the Aam Aadmi Party to rejoice just yet, and that's our big focus today. I want to break down just why I say that. Supreme Court, first of all, made it clear that there was no expression of merit of the case or on Sanjay Singh's role as it was granting this bail. It was purely because the ED decided to not contest the bail, but that in itself is a political question. We'll take that on in just a bit. Number two, the Supreme Court said that bail to Sanjay Singh would not be a precedent for others. So it's not like this can be cited now for Arvind Kejriwal or Manish Sisodia. And number three, the court has also restricted and barred the Aam Aadmi Party MP from making any comments on his role in the case or on the case per se. So the big question we ask today is this: the Chief Minister's fate continues to hang in balance. Is the party, the Aam Aadmi Party in question, rejoicing too soon?
आप सत्य को दबा सकते हैं, लेकिन आप सत्य को मिटा नहीं सकते हैं। आज संजय सिंह जी की जमानत ने ये दिखा दिया।
सात अप्रैल को देश भर में सामूहिक उपवास का कॉल दिया जा रहा है। पूरे देश के अंदर जो लोग भी ये मानते हैं कि मोदी सरकार ज्यादती कर रही है, जहां भी संभव हो वो सामूहिक उपवास करें।
मुझे लगता है ये कहानियां करते हैं आम आदमी पार्टी के लोग।
Let's go across to our guest joining us. Pratyush Kant of the BJP will be with us in just a bit. Satendra Singh, former Deputy Director of ED, is with us. Siddharth Sharma, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, with us. Siddharth, let me begin with you. The ASG Raju, batting for the ED's case in court today, actually, made a pun around the Aam Aadmi Party's name and said that if the Aam Aadmi has to go to jail if they commit a crime, what special rules can the Chief Minister ask for? You cannot say that because I'm a Chief Minister, I cannot be put behind bars or I cannot be investigated. He even went on to say that this whole bogey of elections, timing, is just to divert attention. Now, elections may be upon us, but that doesn't mean you cannot be arrested if there is a grave charge against you.
Yeah, Shivani, I think when the Supreme Court, the biggest court of the land, has spoken the truth, I think we should be very precise with what they have said. There is not much left to say. What has essentially clearly transpired is that in the Supreme Court has clearly said that if there is money trail, there is jail, and if there is no money trail, the case is so failed that you can get bail. That is in Sanjay Singh's case. Now, in that, by the same implication, BJP, since it has confessed to 60 crore of its own money, of money from Sharath Reddy, who was an ED accused, the proceeds of the crime landing up at BJP's bank accounts, essentially BJP is saying that Mia Kalpa, I am the liquor scam beneficiary. So the moot question here is that when is the BJP's Pradhanji deciding to save the ED's time as well as the judiciary's time and surrendering to the ED and saying that yes, the proceeds of crime are with me, please start prosecuting me. Essentially what has happened yesterday is that the electoral bonds clearly showed that BJP is a Bhrashtachari party. By putting Arvind Kejriwal in jail, BJP is also saying that it is an Atyachari party.
Okay, one second. You're mixing a few things together.
I rest my case.
No, one second. You're mixing a few things together. What happened in court yesterday, let's not mix it with any political rhetoric. Also, what happened in court yesterday was not, as you said, the Supreme Court saying that if there is no money trail, that the person has to be given bail. The Supreme Court did not say that or imply that at all. In fact, today in the court, in the case of Arvind Kejriwal's plea, the ED has very categorically said that one, role is not required to be looked at. What is required to be looked at is that he was responsible for the affairs of the party or the company concerned. The money trail is there. We have located the money trail. The money may have been used, and that is why it cannot be found. And in fact, the charge against Sanjay Singh is also that he got funds for party use, and if they were used in election, then obviously those funds are going to be, those funds have evaporated. They have been used. So it's not about finding those funds per se. What the court has also, what the ED interestingly has also said today is, again, that it is not essential to find that money trail in terms of finding that cash, but they are confident that there is a money trail and they will establish that money trail in terms of other aspects. But Siddharth, I continue with you. Pratyush Kant of the BJP is also joining us. The question I ask you is this: some of the fundamental arguments of Arvind Kejriwal today in court are that I am a sitting chief minister, I am a politician, an opposition politician, and elections are upon us. But as the ED argued today, elections could be tomorrow, but if the agencies believe you've committed a crime or there is a serious charge against you, you cannot say you have immunity from arrest. That's the main point.
Is that question to me, Shivani, or to someone else?
To you.
So are you saying that Arvind Kejriwal and his advocates cannot make any submissions in court? They should accept whatever ED says? Then the moot question is, ED is not independent. Miss Baswi Swaraj, who is the BJP candidate from New Delhi, also appears for the ED. So that clearly shows that the ED is not a supreme body. Second thing, after yesterday's judgment, I think you would be very clear that the ED is not a supreme body. The supreme body is the Supreme Court of India. And incidentally, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, has said in a mea culpa that he is behind putting Arvind Kejriwal in jail because he essentially corruption battle. Now, Mr. Modi says that he is going to fight the corruption battle. On the other hand, you say that the ED is independent, and on the third hand, ED has an advocate which is a BJP candidate. What does it make?
Okay.
Essentially, what
on the BJP candidate, I think it has been clarified by ED, but I'll let Pratyush Kant answer that. You didn't answer my question.
I'll come to that.
But when are you going to come to that? This is the third time I'm asking you the question. I don't have unlimited time. You've made your arguments, but please address the issue I am questioning. The political argument. Does it stand in court that because elections are coming up, that's why you can't act against me?
Miss Shivani Gupta, you will have to understand that you are not the court. I am not the criminal here for you to ask me anything, and I am subjugated to answering your questions. I am here to make my submissions. Either you hear me or you don't hear me. It's for the
are you going to get to it?
Viewers to judge. My question is very simple. The answer to your question is Arvind Kejriwal right now in custody. He's reeling BJP in. He's making sure that the trial goes faster and faster. And once the trial starts, BJP has since it's done a mea culpa by saying that the ED accused proceeds of the crime of the Delhi liquor scam has arrived at its doorstep. It is going to get convicted. It's as simple as that. Arvind Kejriwal is essentially reeling BJP in, sitting in a custody. That's what he's doing.
I didn't understand what you meant by that, but in any case, I'll go to Pratyush Kant on the Basuri Swaraj connection that has been made. You can respond to him. Plus, again, the entire argument of, the ED, of the Aam Aadmi Party is, you look what happened in Sanjay Singh's case. Even the court had to ask the ED yesterday, what is your plan with Sanjay Singh? Have you found anything on him? Has any money trail been established? The ED didn't give an answer to that, so I won't put words into their mouth. But certainly something transpired that led the ED to, say, okay, we don't have an objection to his bail. Please answer both of these questions.
Ma'am, I hope you will be as patient to me as you were with the other.
Both of you are going to accuse me of not being patient with you. I have learnt it. This is my occupational hazard that I will be attacked by both party spokespersons. But any case, go ahead.
I empathize with you, Shivani. I empathize with you on that count.
So, firstly, coming to Basuri Swaraj's point, her name was mentioned in the Lordship's order, which was immediately rectified. I mean, I am nobody to comment on the highest court of the country, but she was not there. So that happened somewhere down and it has been taken out. So that issue is settled. And I am sure my co-panelists were not aware of the fact but it happened from the apex court. So none of us are here to comment on that. B, coming to the point, Sanjay Singh's case clearly shows that the judicial system is working. And I'm sure the Aam Aadmi Party would be very happy. But I want to tell your viewers, nothing has happened. He has just got bail. Bail you get in case if an FIR is registered, evidence is there, the court listens to the matter, the agencies keep briefing the courts, and when the court thinks and the agency says we don't need him, he gets a bail.
Why don't they need
Not
him anymore?
one line
That's
has
the
Supreme
interesting
Court
question.
said about the merit. Just hold on. Have patience. Not one line has the Supreme Court said on the merit of the case. And that is the key word, the merit of the case. It is just an ongoing process. Getting a bail is an ongoing process in the judicial system of this country. No new system is made for anybody.
No, but in this system, the PMLA system, Pratyush, one second, I'll give you more time. But in this system, the PMLA system, you only really get bail unless the court has pronounced an order on the merits of the case or the ED doesn't object. Now, several people are even saying there is some political connotation to the ED taking instructions during break and coming back and saying, oh, we don't need Sanjay Singh anymore. You've got some other political game going on, the BJP.
Now, I can't do some kite flying here. It's a very serious channel. So, I will stick to what the law says and what is to be said to your viewers. The question here is, Sisodia doesn't get bail. Arvind Kejriwal has to go through the whole process of law. You have to understand, a clear trail has been established in the liquor scam. The senior most judge of the Supreme Court says the file, which none of us have seen, because we only get to see those things which come in public domain. But when the agency shows them the paper, which we don't see, they see, here is the clear trail of money which is there. Now, where is the money gone? That is the part of evidence. That is the part of the agencies trying to find out. None of these guys get bail because the evidences speak for themselves, loud and clear. And this is the question that in Sanjay Singh's case, the ED realized that, okay, we have collected the evidence. If he gets bail, why do you forget? Sanjay Dutt went to jail, was out on bail, did shootings and then went to jail again. Because that is how the system works. The case begins, you listen to the whole case, you get bail, but if you're finally guilty, you go back to the prison and do your jail term.
Why was the ED so kind to Sanjay
Party.
Singh is the question politically that is being asked. Obviously, I know you're not going to give me a straight answer for that. But on the issue of the ED not filing an objection, I want to go across to Satendra ji, the former ED official joining us. Satendra ji, I want to understand from you, what are the circumstances under which ED will say कि हमें अब आगे कस्टडी नहीं चाहिए, आप इनको बेल दे सकते हैं. बहुत रेयरली होता है और इस केस में हमने देखा ये पहली बार ईडी बोल रही है कि हमें कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं है, एटलीस्ट आम आदमी पार्टी की लीडर के केस में. तो आपको क्यों लगता है कि उन्होंने क्यों ये बोला है कि हमें कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं है?
शिवानी जी, आप यूं समझे कि हर जो आरोपी है और उनकी बेल एप्लीकेशन अलग अलग तरीके से देखी जाती है. क्या इस केस में पहले किसी की बेल नहीं हुई? क्या हम सिर्फ पॉलिटिकल आदमी की बेल की बात करें? कुछ अन्य आरोपियों की भी जमानत इस मुकदमे में हो चुकी है. तो ये कहना कि पहली जमानत हो रही है, ये ठीक नहीं है. दूसरा कि ईडी ने ये क्यों कहा कि अब हम इनकी बेल होती है तो हमें कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं. देखिए, ये हर केस टू केस डिसीजन लिया जाता है. जहां तक इसका मतलब यह है कि ईडी ने को जो इनके बारे में जांच करनी थी पूरी हो चुकी है. जिन गवाहों से जांच होनी थी वो पूरा हो चुका है. और तीसरा बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है इसमें इश्यू कि यदि जांच अधूरी है तो क्या वह जो आदमी जेल के अंदर है जिसने बेल अप्लाई की है, क्या वो जो बाहर विटनेसेज है उनको बाहर निकलने पर इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकता है या ऑनगोइंग इन्वेस्टिगेशन को हैम्पर कर सकता है? ये सब चीजें देखने के बाद ही ईडी ने कहा होगा कि ठीक है, हमें कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं.
नहीं तो ये भी तो बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात है ना, संजय सिंह एमपी है, सिटिंग एमपी है,
तो क्या हो गया?
और ईडी ने ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं किया कि उनके पास इतनी पावर है एज ए सिटिंग एमपी, क्या वो इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं कर सकते प्रोब को?
नहीं, देखिए, ईडी ने देखा होगा संजय सिंह से रिलेटेड जो भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन है वो कंप्लीट हो चुका है. तो अब उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता यदि वो बाहर भी चले जाते हैं। उसके अलावा उन पे कंडीशंस लगाई गई हैं बेल के अंदर भी, कि वो इस तरह की यदि कोई हरकत करते हैं और एजेंसी की नोटिस में आता है तो तुरंत उनकी बेल कैंसिल कराने के लिए मूव कर दिया जाएगा।
ओके सत्येंद्र जी, मेरे को आपसे एक सवाल पूछना है। कल जो कोर्ट में ये संजय सिंह का जो बेल हियरिंग हुआ, उसमें यू लुक एट द क्रोनोलॉजी, कोर्ट ने पूछा कि आपको क्या कोई मनी मिला है, कोई मनी ट्रेल मिला है? अगर हम बेल देते हैं तो हमें ये कह के बेल देना पड़ेगा कि इनके खिलाफ कोई केस नहीं है और आपके बाकी केस पे बहुत एडवर्स इफेक्ट होगा, तो आप सोच लीजिए। दया नहीं, ईडी ने क्यों नहीं मेरिट्स प्रेजेंट किए? अब इसको आप कैसे देखेंगे?
देखिए, हर केस को उसी केस के दायरे में देखना चाहिए। इसको हम आगे या पीछे नहीं देखें। ये संजय सिंह से रिलेटेड था, ईडी ने एक बड़ा कॉन्शियस डिसीजन लिया है कि ठीक है, हमें इसको अपोज नहीं करना, हम इनको विंडो दे देते हैं, क्योंकि स्टेज नहीं थी। और ये आरोपी नहीं देखे तो ट्रायल में डिसीजन होगा सारा, बाकी आर्गुमेंट सब ट्रायल के टाइम हो जाएंगे। और जहां तक केजरीवाल जी की बात है या सिसोदिया जी की बात है, ओवरऑल भी देखें तो उनकी हैसियत जो है, सिसोदिया जी मंत्री थे
जी, उनका
रोल बड़ा है। केजरीवाल जी पूरी पार्टी के सर्वे सर्वा हैं, तो जो भी पैसा आया, कहां गया, कैसे आया, इसके निर्णय में
उनकी जिम्मेदारी ज्यादा बनती है। एक्चुअली एज पब्लिक ऑफिशियल्स पॉलिसी में अगर कोई करप्शन हुआ है तो सिटिंग मिनिस्टर और चीफ मिनिस्टर दोनों की जिम्मेदारी बनती है। बट आई कम बैक टू यू सत्येंद्र जी, the moot question I'm asking today, Siddharth, is this. You can read a lot into what happened as far as Sanjay Singh's bail hearing is concerned and the circumstances. Point is, the court said this is not to be a precedent for anybody else. This is not an expression of merit. Is the Aam Aadmi Party getting too excited too early? Should you not be cautious still? Because clearly the responsibility of both Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal is going to be greater in this case.
Absolutely. Let me clarify one thing right at the outset. We are not celebrating, we are not rejoicing here. Right now we are in an elections season. And as you've seen today in Arvind Kejriwal's case, although Arvind Kejriwal personally has already made his submissions in the Raju Avenue court regarding the merits of the case, saying that आपने अगर आप मुझे किस बिना पे अरेस्ट किए हैं, तो ईडी ने कहा कि हमारे पास आपके खिलाफ बयान है। तो उन्होंने कहा कि अगर मैंने बयान दे दिया कि भाजपा के प्रधान जी को मैंने 100 करोड़ रुपया दिया है, तो आपने उनको अरेस्ट किया क्या? Today what is essentially happening in the court is that Arvind Kejriwal is presenting his case not himself but through lawyers, and essentially what is happening is that he is pushing this case into trial mode, because once the trial starts, it's now very clear that incidentally, when the ED former director, I forgot his name, I apologize. I was seeing on a very small screen, Satyendra ji was saying, he very clearly said that every case is different and there is a lot of opacity in it. Nobody knows what the investigation is, but the law of the land, it's India is run by the constitution. In the constitution, it is very clear that any case has to be proven in an open court of law. There cannot be any opacity, and every law has a precedent. And yesterday, what the precedent Supreme Court has said is very clear, that if there is no money trail, the case is very frail, and hence bail. That also means that if there is a money trail, there is directly jail according to the PMLA law. And isn't it true that Mr. Sharath Reddy has given 55 crores and BJP has received 55 crores?
Okay, can I come in on the money trail aspect? Siddharth, I think I mentioned this earlier.
Money trail as well as the proceeds of the crimes have reached BJP. So BJP is going to get convicted
here. One second. Let's dial down the political rhetoric. Let's discuss what we're discussing. But on the money trail issue, I want to go back to Satyendra ji one more time. इंटरेस्टिंगली ईडी ने आज तो कोर्ट को ये बोल दिया कि पहली बात तो इस केस में जो पैसा अक्यूज को मिला है अलेजेडली, वो तो खर्च हो गया, तो वो तो मिलेगा नहीं, मनी ट्रेल नहीं मिल रहा है। हाँ, दूसरी बात उन्होंने ये भी बोला है कि बाकी फैसेट्स को देखा जाए, बाकी प्रूफ देखा जाए, चैट्स हो, ट्रेल हो, तो हमारे पास ट्रेल है, लेकिन वो एक्चुअल कैश तो हमें नहीं मिलेगा।
ट्रेल बिल्कुल है कि शरद रेड्डी के पास, शरद रेड्डी का पैसा बीजेपी के पास पहुंच गया, वही तो ईडी बोल रही है कि ट्रेल हमको मिल गया है।
ओके सिद्धार्थ, प्लीज कंट्रोल योरसेल्फ, वन सेकंड। दी थर्ड एस्पेक्ट इज कि आज तो कोर्ट ने ये भी बोल दिया है कि ऑलमोस्ट कि ये मनी ट्रेल ऐसे एस्टैब्लिश करना जरूरी नहीं है, उनका जो रोल और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है वो देखिए एज अ पार्टी कन्वीनर एंड एज अ चीफ मिनिस्टर। तो आप इसको कैसे देखते हैं कि क्या मनी ट्रेल एस्टैब्लिश करना की नहीं होगा इस केस में? एक्चुअल कैश ढूंढना क्या की नहीं होगा, या सिर्फ ईडी को इतना दिखाना है कि इसके हाथ में पैसा आया और यहां खर्च हुआ?
शिवानी जी, एक्चुअल कैश को ढूंढना कोई जरूरी नहीं है, ठीक है, वो इंपॉर्टेंट है यदि मिल जाता है, लेकिन ये प्रूव कर देना एविडेंस से कि ये जो पैसा है कैसे कैसे मूव हुआ और किसके इंस्ट्रक्शन पे मूव हो रहा था, ये सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग केस में, ऑफेंस ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग में। और देखिए, आप जैसे कहीं भी हम किसी को किंगपिन कहते हैं, तो किंगपिन जो होता है वो खुद कभी कुछ काम नहीं करता, उसके काम उसके इशारों पे होते हैं। ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है। सिर्फ यदि ये प्रूव हो जाता है कि जो नीचे आदमी काम कर रहे थे या जो किया उन्होंने इनके इशारे पे किया, तो ये बहुत ही बड़ा सबूत है उनका मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग के ऑफेंस का। क्योंकि किंगपिन जो है खुद तो पैसे के हाथ ही लगाता है, खुद कुछ भी नहीं करता है। किंगपिन तो
Okay.
Kingpin किया
No,
जाता
this is very interesting because so far, Pratyush, the Aam Aadmi Party has been harping on the fact that where is the money, where is the money, where is the money, where is the money. The ED is saying it's not important to establish where the money is today, the money is spent.
I'll tell you, the Aam Aadmi Party के जो दोस्त हैं ने कांग्रेस वाले, so just 4 weeks ago, Ajay Makan did a press conference from Congress headquarters and said that 100 crore rupees was siphoned off in this liquor gates thing. He did a 4-page press release also he sent on that. And he said the money has gone, 40 crores have gone to defeat Congress from Goa. And Mr. Makan now has become recently friends, they're fighting together now. Just 4-5 weeks ago, he had a huge press conference. Then on his Twitter, he wrote the greatest detail to back it up. Aam Aadmi Party, iska again naya dost Rahul Gandhi said, Telangana mein to choron ki party hai. So everybody in the political circle knows that they made money through liquor scam, because the liquor scam, the corruption was so wide and big. From South India, every part, you had very kingpins, sitting in CM's office, in his house, living in a minister's house, making money. What was happening? What was happening? India has never seen this kind of chori and Sina chori ever in the history. Everybody, the political allies, I would forget about BJP saying that they have made money. Even Congress was saying that they had made money and made money in liquor scam. So,
okay.
And if you go and spend that money, you make jewelries for your wife or you do hawala, I don't know what they did to the money. What is the job of ED or any other investigating agency? It could be CBI, it could be a local police of EOW doing a case. They have just to say that this guy made money, the money has gone here.
Siddharth, I'll allow you 30 seconds. The ED is basically saying we have to establish a trail, not the actual cash.
Yeah, I'll take just 10 seconds. It was very interesting to see what Satyendra ji said just now on your TV and the ED saying in court. Essentially, they are saying that neither is there a missing person, neither is there a dead body, but they expect a judiciary to hang someone for murder. So there is no recovery of money, neither there
this
is
is
a
not
money
a murder
trail.
case, it's a PMLA case.
So no PMLA, you will get somebody convicted. Essentially, who will get convicted here is that the BJP Pradhanji, because he has accepted the money trail as well as the recovery of money at his own doorstep. It is as clear as that. And the faster this trial goes, the easier it will be for the judiciary, the media as well as the ED. The people's money will be saved. It's as simple as that now. It's an open and shut case. It's an open and shut case now, Shivani.
Open and shut case. You say this why? Because Sanjay Singh got bail. That's why, right?
No, because the Supreme Court spoke the truth.
What part of the Supreme Court are you mentioning?
That there is no money trail, there is no recovery of money. Hence,
yeah, so Sanjay Singh's case. Sanjay Singh's case.
You are
Yes,
challenging now Supreme Court. For God's sake, at least leave the apex court out of this debate. And they think if Supreme Court spoke the truth. Supreme Court in this country always speaks the truth, because that is how the Constitution of India is made. What kind of debate are we having here? We are challenging the Supreme Court of India today.
We are having an intelligent
please,
debate.
For God's sake, let's leave the judiciary to do its own job.
I don't know whether you understand
what?
This
You are using words like finally they spoke the truth.
And
Supreme Court always speaks the truth. Supreme Court makes the law of the land. What are you saying? Have some respect for judiciary at least. We live in a democracy.
Is required, neither recovery of money is required for PMLA conviction.
And
the ED says the same thing in the court. Essentially, the ED is expecting the judiciary to hang someone without a murder, without a dead body or a missing person. So how come a PMLA case will stand in court with
It's
either
a
no
shame
money,
that you
recovery
make
of
money
money or no
everywhere.
money
And
trail.
you are saying
Essentially,
that
what has happened is that
thank
BJP
God
ने अपने
Supreme
पैर पे
Court is
कुल्हाड़ी
telling the
मारी है.
truth.
उसके बाद
Supreme
money
Court
trail
of this country always
भी
speaks
पहुंच
the
गया
truth.
है.
One second.
Prosecutor
You are
crime
a
भी
small
पहुंच गया है.
party.
जल्दी
You
से
are
इस
here
केस को
today, tomorrow
फाइल
you
कर
won't be
दीजिए
here.
सर. जल्दी
Supreme
से इस
Court
केस
will
को
always
फाइल
be
कर
here.
दीजिए.
Okay,
It's a
can I
body
just
made by the Constitution
can I
of
just
India.
come in? I agree with
You
one
must
thing
have
that I
some
think
shame
cases like this,
before you
which
talk
have
about
such
Supreme
big
Court of
political
India like
names
this.
involved, should be decided at the earliest. They shouldn't be hanging because
Exactly,
that doesn't help
exactly.
the country for
Exactly.
sure. But the political impact of Sanjay Singh coming out, he was expected to walk out today. I don't know exactly what time he walks out. We're also waiting for the order by the Delhi High Court on the CM's plea. A lot still pending, still to happen as far as this case is concerned, and the political impact of that will be felt as we close in to elections. I do thank our guests for joining us. Speaking of elections, Rahul Gandhi has filed his nomination for the upcoming Lok Sabha polls from Wayanad, saying he has received a lot of affection and love from the people of Wayanad. Now, Rahul Gandhi held a roadshow in Kerala today along with his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. He said later, Wayanad is my home and the people of Wayanad are my family. He is a sitting MP, remember, from Wayanad. He's won the seat in 2019 with a margin of over 4 lakh votes, defeating the CPI leader PP Sunil. This time, though, he's facing a bigger face of the CPI in Annie Raja. Also, BJP has fielded its state president K. Surendran against them. Remember, Kerala votes in the second phase of April 26. Now, ahead of this battle, Congress has been fielding questions over the SDPI offering its support in Kerala this time. Now, while the SDPI, the political arm of the banned PFI, announced its support to the Congress and the UDF for these elections, saying that they will not be putting up any candidates, Congress remarked that they never sought the support from the SDPI. SDPI says Congress's demand on caste census, its stand on secularism was the reason for the decision. The Congress says that the two can never have any understanding. The SDPI conceded that this is their stand. It's not like the Congress approached it. And the Congress basically just said that it stood for secular, that they're sending in context of SDPI. That defense, though, did not cut ice with the BJP that has been accusing the Congress party of appeasement politics, particularly looking at how it has received support from the SDPI this time around. So while Rahul Gandhi said that this pitched battle for 2024 is one for the soul of India, his BJP rival candidate K. Surendran from Wayanad says that it's shocking that Rahul did not say anything on the SDPI yet. Rahul Gandhi says their fight is against forces of hatred to save democracy. This is in the larger context, of course, not just Wayanad. While Amit Shah, Home Minister, who's also been campaigning for the 2024 elections, says that Congress always is used to taking support of even anti-national elements to come to power. I should mention here that while the SDPI announcement has ended up cornering or maybe embarrassing the Congress party in Kerala, the reality is the former plays a very marginal role in Kerala electoral politics. In 2021 state elections, for example, the SDPI contested 40 seats only and lost its deposit on all seats. Its vote share was a paltry 0.36%. And similarly, in the last Lok Sabha elections as well, the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, the SDPI contested 10 seats. It won nil, in fact, lost deposit in all of those 10 seats. The votes secured were only 80,000 or so, and its vote share was 0.39%. So make of it what you will. Is it more a posturing thing and something that could end up polarizing the election more than actually benefiting any side as far as lending support is concerned? That and more, can Rahul Gandhi wrest this constituency again with as handsome a margin, or is there a tougher fight this time? Coming up with our guests.
On that truck, you can see K.C. Venugopal, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi. There have been a number of controversy regarding this particular seat. We know that the left wanted Rahul Gandhi to vacate this seat. He should go for a more tougher seat.
This election is a fight for democracy. On one side are the forces that want to destroy the democracy of this country, and on the other side there is a force protecting the democratic nature of our country.
why we are contesting, particularly of these fascist forces, which is the biggest threat to the democracy and secularism and our constitution itself.
कांग्रेस आई वर्षों से सांप्रदायिक ताकतों का साथ लेकर देश विरोधी अभियानों का प्रच्छिन्न रूप से समर्थन कर रही है.
I would like to ask Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji, this is your national level policy. For vote bank, you are compromising the national interest.
Congress party or UDF never asked for any support from SDPI. We are not intended to ask also.
Let's go across to our guest joining us. Pratyush Kant of the BJP stays with us. Lavanya Balal, Congress spokesperson, joining us. Also with me, Sanjay Kumar, psephologist and co-director, Lokniti and CSDS. I do thank you all for your time. Pratyush, let me begin with you. The Congress party did not ask for the SDPI support. Now, some outfit comes and supports another outfit on their own unilaterally. Why are you accusing the Congress of, playing any communal or polarizing politics? What do they have to do with the SDPI support? They didn't ask for it.
They have totally asked for it. It suits Rahul Gandhi's politics. He goes and says, Desh jal jayega. He wants to burn the country. Then in Ramila Maidan, he says, all level playing field is broken. So he challenges the judiciary. He challenges the election commission. He loves that kind of politics. A politics of hatred, a politics of trying to do minority appeasement, trying to gain weight, vote, in every which way, because he's losing the plot here.
No, but the SDPI has no vote. This is precisely my point. The SDPI has no vote in Kerala.
SDPI has a strong base there. It is the political. You see, you have to understand. Let's go back to PFI. You have to see how they operate. What Rahul Gandhi has done, it is not some knee-jerk reaction. It's all planned because he was losing vote. He lost 27% vote from parliament last time to assembly election. That was a big chunk he was losing. This is not something which is unplanned. He loves to side with people who are anti-Indians, and then he will go and challenge the Indian army. He will challenge the election commission. It's the way it suits him. Either he just doesn't never think.
Okay.
But I think it's a very smart move. He's trying to align with all terrorists, anti-Indians, and as Honorable Union Home Minister said, it clearly shows where Congress is trying to take the country.
Okay, Lavanya Balal.
In Bangalore, there was a blast that is happening and they were involved in it. And now why didn't Rahul Gandhi come and say, I don't want support from SDPI? Or any of his cronies?
Okay, let me take that to Lavanya Balal. Lavanya Balal, could Rahul Gandhi himself have said something? He's your biggest face in Kerala. In fact, Rahul Gandhi's candidature in Kerala last time enthused the UDF so much. You swept Kerala. Majority of your seats came from Kerala. I don't know whether that will be the case this time around. I'll come to that in just a bit. But could Rahul Gandhi have said, please stay away from us, or we don't want to associate with you? Why is the Congress so shying from shirking the SDPI?
Hi Shivani, good evening, nice to see you. Shivani, there is something that I would like to clarify on. I come from a region where SDPI has a presence in Karnataka. Let me tell you the history of BJP and SDPI here. In 2022, the Hindu Mahasabha State President Mr. Rajesh Pavitran said, BJP and the SDPI are hand in glove in Karnataka. In August Panchayat election of Talapadi, 2 BJP members were elected after being supported by the SDPI. This is the history of the BJP and the SDPI in the region where SDPI is very strong. This is on records. This can be checked on records, right? Now, when the BJP claims that we are associating ourselves with terrorists, they should tell us, why haven't the BJP, pre-2023, multiple times Congress in Karnataka has demanded, when PFI was banned, that SDPI also must be banned. The question is, why hasn't the BJP banned SDPI till date if it is an anti-national terror organization.
The BJP
What are they
cannot ban the
waiting for?
SDPI just on that point. It's a political party. The ECI has to take an action on that. But anyways, continue.
Huh. Now, the other thing is, Shivani, when they're talking about burning, let me be very clear. Nalin Katil, who was the state president of the BJP in Karnataka, said, if any legal action is taken against the anti-social elements of the BJP, we will burn the state. The talk of burning the state, the talk of anti-national elements comes from the BJP side. It has never come from Congress, especially from Mr.
Okay,
Rahul Gandhi.
but can I just focus the debate on Wayanad? Should said something, because the problem here is not that the Congress asked for the SDPI support.
Shivani.
Of course you didn't. But surely when you are put in a position where the SDPI unilaterally comes and announces this support, you have to tell the public that you don't stand for it.
Shivani, General Secretary Organization, Mr. K.C. Venugopal, has addressed the issue of SDPI claiming that they will support us. He made it very clear, we have not requested the support. We do not need the support of the SDPI. Let me be very clear. In the party structure, Mr. Rahul Gandhi's MP candidate, whereas Mr. K.C. Venugopal is a General Secretary Organization.
Okay.
He has addressed it. So the BJP, he just wants to make an issue out of nothing.
Okay, I want to go across to Sanjay Singh as well. Sanjay Singh, there seems to be an interesting fight for the Muslim vote in Kerala. I beg your pardon, Sanjay Kumar. There seems to be an interesting fight for the Muslim vote in Kerala. You've got the IUML, of course, which is part of the alliance with the Congress. And then you've got the STPI that backs for the same Muslim vote, offering its support unilaterally. How do you read into this?
You're right, Shivani. The contest is for the Muslim vote. The two outfit Congress on one side and the left on the other side are trying to mobilize the Muslim vote, and Muslim votes are in a sizable number. My own sense is that with IUML and SDPI extending its IUML on the side of Congress and SDPI extending its support, a very large majority or large proportion of Muslim voters are likely to vote for the Congress, not only in Wayanad but in other constituencies as well.
So do you feel that the SDPI announcing this support is substantial? It is incremental for the Congress party because their vote share is, irrelevant almost.
Yes, I don't think that SDPI extending its support to Congress will be instrumental in deciding the electoral fate of the of the Congress or the left in Wayanad. But I think it creates a perception, and whatever possibility would have been there of split of the Muslim vote, that gets minimized. So I'm not saying that if SDPI had not extended the support, Rahul Gandhi would have been in a trouble, or if SDPI has extended the support, now it's a win-win situation for Rahul Gandhi. You're right. If you go by the vote percentages of SDPI, it is a very insignificant player in Kerala's politics.
But it could mobilize the Muslim vote, you're saying?
Yes. It sends out a message to the Muslim voter across the state.
And why just across the state? It could be pan-India too. SDPI actually contests outside
Shivani?
Kerala as well. Yes, Lavanya, you want to come in?
I would like to say, Shivani, a very small insignificant party or existence in Kerala will not have any bearing across India. Let me be very clear. This is the sinister plot of the BJP with its silent partner SDPI to defame Congress, to defame Mr. Rahul Gandhi. This is a sinister plot by the BJP to do this. Look at the timing when SDPI announced we are going to support Congress, and that was just before Home Minister Amit Shah comes and says, oh, they are all secular. India is a secular country, and these people are acting like it's a crime to be secular in India. It's a crime to be following the principles of the Constitution.
So what I understand is you are saying the SDPI is in some cahoots with the BJP. Let Pratyush respond to that. But let me point out, the BJP as a party and as a government, one second, the BJP as a party and as a government has actually been at the receiving end. If you look at the larger SDPI RSS fight in Kerala as well. The PFI RSS fight. One second, ma'am. One second. I'll allow you. Just 1 second. Let me finish. The BJP as a government has banned the PFI. A lot of questions were asked of them for many years. Why don't you do so? I'll leave the SDPI question aside, but I think, yes, even I have a question in my mind. Why has the SDPI not been banned so far? Why is there no
Shivani.
action against it? EC should look at it.
Shivani.
I am for that. But it is a
Shivani.
bit much to say that you will align with the likes of IUML in Kerala and declare them secular, but somehow SDPI is not kosher for you.
1 second, Shivani. Let me be very clear. I think you forgot my opening statements of the coalition between the BJP and the SDPI in a region of Karnataka where SDPI has its strong presence. And having said that, what is the problem that you have with IUML? We are IUML. Are you saying IUML also is an anti-national party now? We have never said that. And if SDPI is a problem party, we have never aligned ourselves with SDPI.
Okay, fair enough.
BJP
You are saying
which
this
has
is somehow
aligned
some
itself with the
BJP
BJP.
conspiracy.
Now,
No, I'm talking about your conspiracy charge. Let Pratyush respond to that. Let Pratyush respond to that.
No, Shivani, can I please, for a long time, I don't know what, first who told, let me tell you the presence of SDPI first. It is in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh. They're contesting 18 seats. So first what she was
And
saying,
Karnataka.
it's nowhere present,
And
the Pradesh is there
Karnataka.
in so many states. Okay?
And Karnataka.
Just see, I never disturbed you, don't disturb me, otherwise I can also disturb you all the time. If you give some fact wrong, you must be honest enough to acknowledge, that you are trying to mislead the debate. I am just trying to put the facts here. A. B. Rahul Gandhi was an absentee member of parliament. He was never there. That is why he had to run away from Amethi. Forget he, the whole family has run away not only from Amethi and Raebareli, from whole of Uttar Pradesh. Because now politics is a serious business. You have to go and talk to people about development and stuff like that, which they miss totally. Now, coming to the main question, why they are shaking hands with these terrorist elements? They are trying to send message to a lot of people. They are trying to consolidate the vote. There is a deep, sinister politics which is involved. And let me tell you, India understands this politics. They have tried the country. In Karnataka, their member of parliament stands and says, let's divide India between north and south. All this is going to end. This shaking of hand with SDPI, the terrorist elements which Rahul Gandhi is trying to rope in and trying to send a message to one section of society all over the India is not going to work for them, because basically India is one and it's going to be one. It's going to remain one. Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, is categorical that there is no place for terrorists in the politics of this country.
Okay, you mentioned Rahul Gandhi's parliamentary record. 1 second, we're discussing Wayanad and Rahul Gandhi's candidature again. You mentioned his parliamentary record, and Lavanya, I want to come to you. His attendance in parliament is 51% as Wayanad MP. National average is 79%, and MPs from the state of Kerala have an average of 83%. Questions asked 99, yes, a lot of them were pertaining to Wayanad. National average is 210, while state Kerala average is 275. Number of debates participated in, only 8 for Rahul Gandhi. National average 46, Kerala average 78. Has he done enough for Wayanad? He fought both Amethi and Wayanad last time around.
Interesting.
And lost in Amethi.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It is an interesting statistics. Do you have the Prime Minister's statistics?
I'll discuss it when I discuss Varanasi. What does that have to do with Wayanad?
Because it is a habit of everyone to pick on Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi is not an absentee MP like the BJP claims. Rahul Gandhi has been there for Wayanad always. His attendance, his discussions, his debates pertaining to Wayanad has always been there. He's always been with Wayanad. Even during his Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, he took a break because there was a crisis in Wayanad, and he has come back to Wayanad to be with the people of Wayanad. The people of Wayanad are happy with his performance as an MP. BJP might throw any number of accusations that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is an anti-national element. That is something that the BJP would love to say. And I did not mislead the debate by saying SDPI does not exist in multiple states. All I was saying is I come from a region where SDPI has a very strong presence. And I said how the BJP and the SDPI are in cahoots during the elections, and they have won elections, and their own Hindu Mahasabha has agreed to that and had done a press meet about it, saying BJP and SDPI are in cahoots.
Okay, I think this whole SDPI business is more a perception issue. Which party or segment of politics is seen as soft on Islamic fundamentalism, which SDPI and PFI represent and which is not. I'll move away from that to talk about Kerala per se. Now, interestingly, Sanjay Kumar, last time I spoke to K. Surendran, who's the BJP candidate against Rahul Gandhi. You know, he said that in 2019, there was a big image made that, Rahul Gandhi is coming to Wayanad and the next PM of the country could possibly be from Wayanad and Kerala, and therefore there was this huge rallying behind the UDF. We saw that in the results. They say that now the people are more resigned to the fact that this is going to be a third term for the Prime Minister. What do you see as the main impact of national politics that is playing out with the whole 400 Par narrative of the BJP in Kerala? One, can they make inroads? To what extent? And between the LDF and the UDF, who is stronger?
No, first on BJP, if this kind of a perception gets created in any state that this is the party which is likely to form government, then the candidate of that party has an advantage. But that's not the case with Kerala, because in Kerala, BJP is very weak. Even if the perception gets created, which is to a great extent right, that BJP is likely to form the government for the third term and Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be the Prime Minister of India for the third term. But that may not have an impact on the voting choices of the voters of Kerala, and especially in Wayanad, because they don't see BJP as a very serious player in Kerala or in Wayanad. So that's not going to impact their voting preferences in Wayanad or in Kerala.
But between LDF and UDF, do you see Congress repeating its performance in Kerala this time around?
See, it's very difficult because how do we assess the political party's performance? We go by the last electoral verdict. If you look at the last 2019 Lok Sabha election, UDF seems to be very strong. But if you look at the 2021 assembly elections after that, LDF managed to create a history in Kerala because this is the first time when a government got re-elected. So it would be very difficult for me to really say which is stronger, which block is stronger over the other.
Yeah, I think the question is whether the polity in Kerala is still as enthused with having a Rahul Gandhi as their MP as was the case in 2019. It was a big deal. But is it still a big deal, or has that enthusiasm settled down or not? I think that remains to be seen. Unfortunately, I've run out of time. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. Well, it is election season, of course. On the other side, we'll get you some more exclusive newsmakers speaking to CNN News 18 ahead of the big fights.
Co-powered by.
And amid the controversy over Kachativu Island, now External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has made another big claim. He has said, and I quote, in 1950, there was an exchange of views between Sardar Patel and Jawaharlal Nehru. Sardar Patel had warned Jawaharlal Nehru about China. In fact, Sardar Patel had said that today we are facing a situation of two fronts, which are Pakistan and China, which for India has never happened in our history before. Now, to this, Jawaharlal Nehru replied that you are unnecessarily suspicious of the Chinese. And in fact, S. Jaishankar also said that there was a time when Jawaharlal Nehru said that India is second, China comes first. Let's listen in.
In 1950, there was actually an exchange of views between Sardar Patel and Pandit Nehru on the issue of China. Okay, this is the last few months before Sardar Patel passed away. Sardar Patel warned Nehru, saying today with the change, because communists had taken power in 1949, he said today we are facing a situation of two fronts, which for India has never happened in our history before. See, in the case of Pakistan, I think it is, people know that Sardar Patel was opposed to our going to the United Nations, because he knew that in United Nations different powers will use the United Nations. हमें आपको पता है कि जज जो है अगर ईमानदार जज नहीं है तो which who will go to that court.
And CNN News 18's Abhishek Jha is now joining us on this story. Abhishek, so that's a big remark that is coming in from the External Affairs Minister, which actually proves that the Congress couldn't foresee the border challenges.
Of course, we have all talked about how Pandit Nehru, or the first Prime Minister of India's vision regarding
China was flawed, in the sense that he trusted more on China, and he thought that a neighboring country with such a huge geographical and other parts, that should have been given priority. And that was one of the reasons why India supported Chinese permanent seat in United Nations Security Council as well. And that despite the fact that there was not a consensus on the issue. There was Home Minister Sardar Patel who would oppose such views and who had tried to place in the center India's international interests first. So there is a clarity, and since then there have been multiple research papers and multiple opinion that has been expressed that this is where first Prime Minister of India did not foresee that probably in future China would come back to India, not in a friendly way or not in a kinder way, but rather in a more harsh, more competitive and more challenging way, which now the India is facing with the Chinese border clashes and Chinese competitiveness, especially in the region.
Absolutely, Abhishek. In fact, another remark that has been made by the External Affairs Minister is that for Jawaharlal Nehru, India came second and China was his first priority.
Well, that is to a great extent that is true, because India had just got an independence and it needed a lot of friendship and ties from across the world. And China being in the neighborhood and being a huge power, that also needed to be pleased. So this is what the approach of the first government of India was, that China needed to be pleased rather than China needed to be dealt with a level-headed or at an equal platform. And this is where the entire concept of foreign policy had been not appropriate, especially after decades of relationship with China. We have seen multiple times how Chinese have used India's kindness, India's magnanimity towards China, especially conceding Tibet also as part of the sovereignty of China, other bordering issues also, how China had not taken these kinder actions by the Indian side as a friendly gesture, and they have always wanted more and more. The recent renaming of geographical location that is happening in Arunachal Pradesh, and China continuously demanding that Arunachal Pradesh remains an integral part of China, is some of the such examples how Chinese aggression and incursion and aggressive posturing towards India has not ceased, even though India had tried to please China to a great extent diplomatically, internationally, and in many of the border issues also in the initial years of India's independence, when the foreign policy was largely being driven by Pandit Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India.
All right, Abhishek, please stay with us. Our senior editor Pallavi Ghosh is now also joining us on this story. Pallavi, we've seen that the BJP keeps on attacking the Congress over compromising the territorial integrity of the nation, and now this remark that is coming in from the External Affairs Minister will just give more ammunition to the BJP.
Absolutely. And there has been this counter which the Congress party has been putting out whole of yesterday, that if you're going to be talking about Kachadivi, then you also have to talk about the intrusions, especially the post-Galwan incident, the Chinese intrusion in Arunachal Pradesh. S. Jaishankar had also done a press conference a few days back, and when he said that just because Chinese makes those claims doesn't mean that we have to go ahead and blame them. Believe them. The point that the BJP has always been making is that the Congress speaks the language of those across the border who are against India. I mean, just very quickly to give one example, in the last Lok Sabha elections, when India and many of the Congress leaders have started asking for proof of ballot.
Sir, how do you think you'll go ahead with the campaigning? This is a BJP dominant seat. This is a BJP dominant seat, and how do you see the love of the people ready for you here?
The whole country stands with Prime Minister Modi. North Mumbai is going to give a sweeping victory to show that the country stands with Mr. Modi. The people of North Mumbai are sending their wishes and blessings to Prime Minister Modi to make India a developed nation by 2047.
What is your vision for the Baramati now? Because you are representing Baramati since quite a long time. Your father was representing the same constituency. And whenever we talk about Baramati, everyone says it's an ideal town. Everything is here. So what is your vision for Baramati now?
So you have to constantly change and evolve. That's the beauty of development. You have to, of course, take it to the next level. And I'm so happy and proud that last 60 years, Mr. Pawar got elected from Baramati in 1967 for the first time. and people have been extraordinarily kind, supporting, loving and caring towards us. And we are blessed because Sharad Pawar is Baramati and Baramati is Sharad Pawar.
My political question to you is that every time whenever we have seen the national picture, the BJP leaders have always raised the question, they have alleged about the corruption and they have taken the names of the leaders, especially say Ashok Chauhan, Ajit Pawar, and now all those leaders are in BJP. What is your take on that?
I don't have a take. I think Nirmala ji has already replied to that. I think the Honorable Finance Minister of India has clarified what their stand is. So I think I really don't need to say anything about it anymore.
Viewers, what a busy day it's been today, politically. Priorities reveal a lot about a person, and it is therefore important to pay attention to them. Rahul Gandhi has made his priorities clear by declaring his unequivocal loyalty to Kerala's Wayanad. In 2019, the voters of Wayanad, after all, saved the Congress science face when he was handed an ego-pulverizing drubbing by Beth Noir, BJP Smriti Irani, in his family bastion of Amethi.
This election is a fight for democracy and for the Constitution of India. On one side are the forces that want to destroy the democracy of this country and the Constitution of this country, and on the other side there is a